at it again, and we've got one from the House Energy Committee where apparently another Biden administration official is getting owned. This is just like a common occurrence. It just seems like nobody in this administration is truly qualified to do the job that they are supposed to do. They were hired for some other reason that we all know of, okay? But that's what we're going to be diving into today. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. If you would like to help me out with the YouTube algorithm too, watch this video until the very end. All right? Watch time definitely helps with the YouTube algorithm. As a matter of fact, it probably helps the most, to be honest. All right? So watch until the end. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps to get these videos pushed out to more and more people. And as we know, we definitely need to make more people aware of what's actually going on. So any little bit helps, all right? Any little bit helps. You know, you can do some housework while you're watching me, all right? But shout out to everyone that has already purchased some merch from my website as well. I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you would like to purchase some, go to DocRichClothing.com. It's the first link in the description box below. And with that being said, let's dive in.
How much electricity does the United States demand each year?
I don't know that number off the top of my head.
Okay, it's 4 terawatts annually. So the Secretary of Energy didn't know it. The EPA doesn't know it. FERC probably doesn't know it. Who else doesn't know it in this country? And we're mandating electric vehicles. I want to push back, Mr. Goffman, on some things that have been said in this hearing. The number one cause of death in this world is lack of energy. And there are many studies that suggest that the higher the CO2 emissions in a country, the higher the GDP, and the higher the life expectancy. And for us to be having an all-out assault from the EPA with rule after rule and weaponization after weaponization on liquid fuels and on primary sources of energy and on all the things that have made this country the richest, most powerful country in the world are just unbelievable. What's the range on your electric vehicle? What is the range on your electric vehicle?
I don't know.
250?
Microphone.
250 miles?
Anecdotally, in my personal experience.
Which is the exact same range on one of the manufacturer's pickup trucks, except for when you add load to it and when temperature starts to drop. So a pickup truck, an electric vehicle pickup truck is now 40% less, which at 240 miles is about 100 miles less. That's 140 miles. It's not reasonable. It doesn't work. I assume you support the president and his initiatives.
Of course, yes.
Okay. Do you support his desire to kill fossil fuels?
I'm not aware that he has a desire to kill fossil fuels.
Mr. Goffman.
Man, I honestly hate this push to electric and how all of these companies are going towards electric vehicles. Me personally, I will never purchase an electric vehicle. Never. Ever. I am steadfast on that. And I know when Uncle Trump gets back in office, things will get straightened out. For now, there's a lot of companies that are switching to electric. Like this is like their final year of, combustion engines. This is the last hurrah, right? So I'm a little disappointed, right? I personally think you should have options. If you want to drive an electric vehicle, sure, have at it. If you want combustion, like me, I want combustion. I want to hear that engine rev. I want to hear something roar, right? I don't need the or whatever sound electric engines make. I don't know. I assume they make some type of buzzing sound or something, some light buzz that's very, very quiet. I want to hear the, I don't know. I'm just different. Maybe I'm on a boat by myself, but that's all right. That's all right. But do y'all prefer electric, or are you with me and you're like, no, I want combustion? I don't mind putting some gasoline in the tank and hearing that engine rev. All right, hearing that engine roar. Let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you prefer electric, that's cool. I'm not trying to down anybody. I'm just stating my personal preference. All right, so let me know, please.
That was a clear message that he said when he was being elected to President of the United States. Do you support killing fossil fuels?
In my role as implementing the Clean Air Act, no.
Is it your goal to kill liquid fuels?
My goal is to improve air quality and address climate and implement the Clean Air Act, which last time I looked does not authorize EPA to, as you put it, to kill fossil fuels.
That's right. It doesn't, but your policies are doing that. And they're actually going to decrease our quality of life here, and they're going to put the most vulnerable in our world in jeopardy, and they're going to kill the dealerships that my colleagues just mentioned. I want to follow up on your response to my colleague that the EPA is still looking at California's waiver request for the Advanced Clean Cars 2 regulation. You claim that you've not looked at this yet and you not look at light-duty vehicles at the same time, but in the recent LDV proposal that your office wrote, AC2 and Section 177 are used as a justification as to why EPA should introduce and move forward with such stringent standards. This sounds like the EPA is using AC2 and a waiver that has not yet been granted or reviewed as justification for their light-duty vehicles rules. Is the agency making decisions before a waiver has been granted?
Congressman, let me check on that, because
This was a response in this hearing that you said to one of my colleagues.
well, my understanding, let me check to make sure that my experience is that we do not rely on regulations from California where we haven't granted the waiver.
So the waiver has not yet been granted.
It has not been.
So would it be used as justification?
Let me check on that.
Is it standard practice for the EPA to use a waiver that has not been granted as justification?
In my experience, we have not. But your question makes me a little nervous. Would like to get back to you.
It makes me nervous as well, Mr. Goffman.
I'd like to get back to you with a well-founded answer.
How much electricity does the United States demand each year?
I don't know that number off the top of my head.
Okay, it's 4 terawatts annually. So the Secretary of Energy didn't know it. The EPA doesn't know it. FERC probably doesn't know it. Who else doesn't know it in this country? And we're mandating electric vehicles. What's the percentage increase in electricity demand if we get to the 2030 and 2035 mandates that your agency is pushing for and the administration is pushing for? What is the percentage increase that we will need?
0.4% in 2030 and 4% in 2050.
Okay, so the Secretary of Energy sat right there 2 weeks ago, and she said it's going to double our electricity demand, and you're giving me a much more accurate or at least specific answer. You guys have no idea how much demand is going to be there. Where is that electricity going to come from?
Well, first of all, we did analyze the demand that
That's actually a great question that he threw in there at the end was, where is all that electricity going to come from? I dropped a YouTube short, probably over a year ago now, of a lady bragging about, their electric car. And the guy was like, well, how do you charge it? She was like, yeah, we just plug it into this building right here. And he was like, okay, nice, interesting. Well, where does this building get their electricity from? And she was like, well, we get it from such and such company, that's the company in the area. He's actually the CEO or whatever. There was like some guy that ran the electrical company in the area, like there. And so the reporter went over to the electric guy and he was like, how do you guys get your electricity? How do you generate it? You think he said solar panels and wind turbines? Absolutely not. Gas. And I'm laughing at how crazy it is. So we make this push to get electric cars so that we don't use gas, but then the electrical company generates their electricity. Oh my goodness. It's so backwards. It is so backwards. Oh man, this stuff, you just can't make this stuff up. I'm serious. You can't make it up. Like you couldn't script this like Looney Tunes. I mean, oh my goodness.
Where's it going to come from?
Well, first of all, we did analyze the demand that the implementation of these proposals.
EPA analyzed it, or
Yes, we did. We analyzed it as part of our.
Where is the electricity going to come from?
Analysis. It come from a diverse grid.
It's 110 degrees in my hometown today. The wind is not blowing, the sun is shining, and after 4 hours of darkness, there will be no batteries on this planet that can produce a reliable source of baseload, dispatchable power. We have no plan for this. So please get back to me on the question that I asked you. And if waivers are being used that have not been granted for justification, this is overreach to a point that we couldn't even imagine. Mr. Chairman, I know my time is.
Getting called out once again, and none of them have any idea of what's going on. Allegedly, there may be some things, they may be playing, like they're foolish, just to try to circumvent the system a little bit and keep pushing their agenda, and hopefully people wake up soon enough and realize that, hey, listen, if you want to drive electric, drive electric. But there's a lot of folks still that want their combustion engines, like myself. And like Mr. Is it Pfluger? Pfluger from Texas? I believe that's how you pronounce his name. It's Pfluger, Pfluger. I'm assuming the P is silent. But as he was saying, where are you getting all of this electricity from? Like, let's say we just all, just said, oh, yeah, we're just going to follow the crowd. Like mindless zombies. And we all got electric vehicles. Where's all of this electricity going to come from? Because now you've got every household in America that needs enough electricity to charge a vehicle. Some vehicles as massive as the new Hummer electric vehicle, which, hey, listen, those Hummers do look nice. I'll never buy one because they're electric, but they do look nice, and those things are big. I've seen one recently. Very, very, very nice vehicle. All right. But it's absolutely massive. And I'm sure it has a battery to match. As a matter of fact, I might have dropped a YouTube short on that as well. On people, I know I've dropped several YouTube shorts on people charging their vehicles and how difficult it can be at times, especially if you don't have like one of those fast chargers. As a matter of fact, I think I did, because someone was trying to charge their Hummer and it was saying that it was going to take like 5 days to get it to full charge. 5 days or like 4 days. It was something ridiculous. I mean, anything longer than 5 minutes is ridiculous in my humble opinion. I don't recall standing at the gas pump for more than 5 minutes. All right, so like, why would I be sitting at a charging station for any longer than that? I'm just asking. Hey, I'm just asking. Why would I want to sit at a charging station for longer than what I have to stand at a gas pump? Like, sitting at a charging station for an hour doesn't sound fun to me. That sounds like a complete and utter waste of time. An hour? I gotta waste a whole 55 minutes? Are you kidding me? So you mean to tell me, like, when you go on like any type of trip, like, you don't have any choice but to like buy a hotel somewhere? Don't drive anywhere further than one state over, because you're gonna have to buy a hotel for sure. Not including a hotel for where you're staying at, in your destination, but a hotel along the way as well. Possibly even multiple, if you pull in any type of load. Goodness gracious, man. And yeah, I just think this is crazy. I mean, we saw the situation with California. Yes, I call California California for those that are new to the family. Welcome, by the way, welcome. We saw a situation go down in California. Was that last summer? I think it was last summer. Yeah, last summer, where they were telling people not to charge their vehicles because there was too much stress on the grid. What do you think's gonna happen when everybody has an electric vehicle? You know, I'm just saying, you know, this stuff. Y'all let me know how you feel about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Thank you for making it this far in the video. I greatly appreciate you. You really helped out with the YouTube algorithm. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. And comment your thoughts and your opinions. That helps out too. Peace and love. I'm out.